let's talk about the stakes here. All right, you're playing this finale, I'm presuming, to become the first man in high scores, high stakes history to go back to back.
Of course, yeah.
Nobody goes back to back, but
Cardinal Smith, on the other hand, this finale for you is to be the first man to go 3 cups.
The three-peat.
Yeah.
Nobody's been the 3-time. I am a 2-time champion right now. I want to be 3rd.
In all of the odd seasons, the odd numbered seasons at least as well. So, 1, 3 is 5. It's 5 to 1 again. There's a stake for everyone. Like even like Luvva yourself, you said it over the last couple of episodes of the last couple of seasons that it is the season finale is kind of your bogey challenge. For lack of a better phrase, I have been screwed over in finales more than they've been kind to me. Hi everybody, and welcome to the season finale of High Scores, High Stakes, the podcast that storms the castle but can't make it through the portcullis. I'm your host as always, Mr. Luvva, and with me are my co-hosts.
They sure are. Hello, Luvva. It's Cardinal Smith here. How are you doing?
I am nervous, but excited.
Yes, very nervous. It feels like an eternity since week 1 of season 5 happened and all the controversy, everything's behind us. Season finale day. It's Tomahawk here, guys. How are we doing?
I was trying to think of a joke because I realized he didn't say his name. I was like, oh no, joke.
But yeah, this is it. Like the one day that we dread and look forward to the most. It's season finale day of competitive gameplay.
Yes.
I'm loving and hating these episodes, but I can't wait just to get stuck in on it.
The finales are always fun, aren't they? Mm-hmm. It is like, I don't know about you two, but once the game is done, there is like a relief washes over me. Like all the stress of the last 3 months just disappears. And it's like, next week I can play whatever game I want.
That's it. Like we had this collective sigh nearly. I think once like everything was done and dusted, that moment from like Frodo in Lord of the Rings where he goes, "It's done," and like you could just relax now and pressure's off.
But for you, the listener, the pressure is not off because you have to come with us now to find out who's going to take home the season 5 High Scores, High Stakes mug.
Yes. I actually, specifically for the finale, I went and I dug out my High Scores, High Stakes Season 2 Championship Cup. Look at that. It's a thing of
I miss
beauty.
The orange. I do genuinely miss the orange design. I think we should bring it back for Season 6. Like, just upgrade it.
I totally agree. And I don't think that's... is that the first time we've seen the Season 2 mug on the podcast, on the video?
No. The first few times of Season 3, I definitely was drinking tea from it and stuff like that. I definitely put up a good load of pictures on social media as well of me drinking from it and stuff like that. But I love it's definitely the most striking of the championship cups. It's a very nice color scheme. But we are talking about color schemes like this was some sort of interior design show, but it is not an interior design show, dear listener. Oh no, what this is a competitive PlayStation podcast where myself, Cardinal, and Tomahawk compete against one another in a PlayStation Gaming Challenge League table where we play 12 PlayStation game challenges over 12 weeks. The winner of the challenge each week gets 3 points. Second place gets 2 points. Third place gets 1 point. Whoever is top of the league walks away with the High Scores, High Stakes Cup. All 4 of them on display, possibly for the first time ever.
Absolutely.
And because it's pertinent to next week, once the season ends, which is this episode right here, we will be going into our side quests. Where we talk about everything PlayStation, all things gaming. If 1 hour-ish of High Scores, High Stakes content isn't enough to fill your week, the easiest way to get more is by following us everywhere we are all over the internet. Direct your browser to highscoreshighstakes.com, click on the links, and follow us everywhere we are. If you have been listening for a while, or if this is your first time listening, welcome. If you want to give us a star review, whatever podcast platform you listen to, 1 star to 5, whatever you think we're worth, that's what we get. And if you want to leave a written review, that's even better. And if what's even better than both of those things is telling a family member or a friend who you think will like the podcast about the podcast. Our analytics say most of you listen to mobile, hit that share button. You have no excuses anymore. None. We're not taking any more excuses. We won't be accepting
You've been called out?
Absolutely.
Yeah. My favorite thing about if this is your first time listening as well, I imagine someone who's scrolling through Spotify, all the podcast platform of choice, and going, season 5, episode 12, that sounds like a great place to jump in.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, it's ballsy to do it that way, no context. I'm just going to go straight in and figure it out. Like,
I like to think there's somebody out there who just watches the finales.
Yes,
let's skips to the end. That's it. Don't care about the build up.
Yeah. Show me the cup ceremony, please. Thank you and good night.
But yes, that is who we are. That's what we do, and that's where we can be found. But we know all that. The last thing I want to know is Cardinal. What Final Fantasy are you playing?
Oh, well, for this week, I mean, I've been.
For those not watching, sorry, he's just whipped out the Final Fantasy VII T-shirt. Then, so
I know I've got to get a new one for season 6. Maybe I'll play Final Fantasy 6. Anyway, I am nearly finished Final Fantasy 8. No joke. Sorry to call out. Been in Gran Turismo 7. And by nearly, I mean I'm right outside the last boss's door
of Gran Turismo 7.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'll finish Final Fantasy 8. A drive, get the fastest lap there. I've been focused on busy with things such as this week's challenge game.
Yep.
One thing I've really enjoyed is because I've been playing with you guys. And another game I played this week is Phasmophobia.
That's right. I genuinely forgot we did that as well. But that was a whole thing. No, that was certainly a thing. So it was an interesting experience for everyone involved.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with the van, and I didn't appreciate the screens being broken on professional mode, but here we are.
There is a lot to be said about how I play Phas that I'm like, when more people enter my lobby, I'm like, this is why I play solo.
I read.
Luvva was shutting the door on Tomahawk, pretending it was haunted.
But then the pair of you just sat there at like the parabolic in the doorway or the camera in the doorway, and I'm in the hallway just going, can we do some investigating?
Tomahawk's in the doorway or in the hall, and I'm going in shouting, Susan, are you there? Anyway, that's a good library of what I've been at this week. Tell me, Tomahawk, what 6 games have you been playing?
I went back to Blueprints. This game genuinely might be my game of the year contender. It just is like I went in with like fresh eyes, fresh perspective on it, and like scrapped my first file progress, went back to the start, went to day 0 and started to like read all the notes and do all that bits and do like I've got my big Psycho notebook of all my Blueprint stuff in my blue notebook as well. So
oh, good heavens.
Everything. I thought it was just an RNG engine, whether or not it's kind or cruel, whatever. No, the whole game is like treat every day like day 0. But yes, maybe pick up a few bits and pieces, but don't rely on all the knowledge that you know in trying to complete it, because that's just not the way to play it. Man, that game's far, far deeper than I realized. Like I'm 30 hours in playing at the minute, nowhere near end credits.
I had no idea it was that deep.
No.
So like the whole idea is get to room 45 or something, room 46, claim your inheritance is the only objective. I got to like the antechamber or in my original save, and then at the antechamber there's like the door to get into room 46, but it's locked. But you need to go back into some other area to unlock it. So there's a note on like the pedestal that says down is through, and I'm like, oh my god, there's a whole like sub layer of the house you can go and investigate and puzzles and stuff to do there. And I'm like, this game's incredible. And I thought, as I said, I just thought it was going to be like, oh, it's RNG until you get the right run to do it. It's like, no, there's a whole other game within a game on it. Like, it's just incredible.
Let me bring that back to me. That reminds me of what I'm playing Final Fantasy VIII, where Ultimacy is castle right at the death. You could win and you lose all your abilities to do anything other than attack, and you have to fight bosses and complete puzzles to find more bosses to fight to unlock your abilities, and you can't even save your game or revive a dead character until you get through the different layers. And that's why I had to stay up to half one last night just to unlock the ability to save the damn game.
Amazing.
I don't know why.
Unbelievable.
I don't know how or why you do it, Cardinal, to be quite honest with you, mate. I wouldn't.
I mean, Cardinal's a man who maybe a couple of weeks ago did say there was kind of, you know, to play games that you enjoy, not games that torture you psychologically. And there we are. I think it's the pot calling the kettle black at this point.
Yeah, I agree.
Fair.
I agree with
But
Tomahawk
enough about what I'm playing, enough about Cardinal's depths of despair in the Final Fantasy series. Luvva, cap off this section nicely and tell us, what are you playing?
I have been playing very little.
Boo, boo this man.
I know. It's been a busy week.
Save the segment.
It's been a busy week. I think genuinely the only game I played is this week's challenge game.
And Cardinal, for those not watching, Cardinal's going to be on the PlayStation app telling everyone what Luvva's been playing, so stop it.
I
Stop
think
ruining the ambience of the scene.
Luvva, you got to mention certain games set in the year 2077.
I don't think I haven't played it. I haven't played it since the last time I talked about it last week. I haven't put any more time into it at all. I would talk about Cyberpunk 2077 because it's a good game, but I genuinely haven't had any time to play games until the start of this week. And by that stage, I was like, if I don't play this game now, I'm not going to have a clue what I'm doing for the final challenge. So I had to devote whatever very little gaming time I had to Chivalry. So that's what I did.
I did see on Cardinal's screen there that he was looking at the share factor. So do you want to regale us in the 25 to 30 plus hours you put into Share Factory? Maybe that might fill this.
Share Factory is a pretty good console-based video editing suite. I had never used it until we started High Scores High Stakes, and here we are. Here we are, like 16, 17 hours later of just editing gameplay. I don't spend more than 10 minutes on a go, 15 minutes, but apparently I've got 17 hours. It's a lot. But yeah, all I've been playing is Chivalry 2, but we'll talk about that when it comes round to the challenge. So it is. But before we talk about the Chivalry 2 challenge, there is the little matter of our season-long challenge. Now, for those...
What about our listeners? What have they been playing?
Oh, yeah, we did. I always forget about this because it's new. I put out word...
We knew when we started in the penultimate episode, so that's kind of on me, to be fair.
The last episode.
I know. So I threw out word on X. We got one reply from a very good friend of the pod, Parzival, who...
What a guy.
If you remember last week, Parzival said that he was about to finish Death Stranding, and I made the comment that good luck with that one because... Yeah, Death Stranding 2, sorry. And I made the comment, good luck, because Kojima does not make his platinums easy. And it seems, like always, Luvva was correct because his response was, I'm still finishing off Death Stranding 2. It should be a nice platinum over the weekend. Then to finish Oblivion Remastered or Assassin's Creed Shadows. Too many games, too little time. I responded to that by saying, still in the grind, that trophy is going to be worth it. And he's like, trying to 5-star each prepper is one heck of a grind. And then he goes on to
why you do it, like.
And then he continues on with that message to congratulate us for season 5 being over and how great a series it was. And I agree with you, Parzival. Season 5, in my personal opinion, I think is right up there with the best we've ever done. To be fair,
it has been. It has been a roller coaster. To be honest, like.
It has been. You threw out word on Insta. Did you get any word back?
No, I put mine up maybe a day too late, and then most people forgot about it.
Yeah, to be fair,
myself included.
I remembered to put the message out about 2 hours ago, so it's our own fault. We need to get better at this. So keep an eye on the socials for those messages going out. Tell us what you're playing. We'll read out your message on the podcast. So now that that's done, Cardinal, can we now continue on to challenges and let's start dishing out
Please.
points? Let's start changing our league table because I don't think there's much point in watching Chivalry 2 until we know where we stand with the league. So at the end of the last episode, which was Cooperative Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, the league looked like this. In third place with 24 points was Tomahawk. In second place on 26 points was Cardinal Smith. And leading the way, as I have been all season, on 30 points is me. I'm not even going to acknowledge that comment, Tomahawk. So, yeah. So I'm first, Cardinal second, Tom's third. But we have been doing a WWE 2K24 challenge in the background where we have created our wrestlers, threw them into the game, and we have simulated 10 triple threat matches with the winner of each match getting 1 point.
Big opportunity.
Yeah, it's a big opportunity to pick up points for no work, basically. But let's take a look at the scores, all right? After the 10-match series, the final scores are in third place.
Come on, 10 matches, 10 points.
With 1 win is Cardinal Smith. In second place.
Sorry. 1 out of 10.
1 out of 10.
Okay, let's hear the remainder of the scores.
So Cardinal got 1 win. In second place with 4 wins was me, which means shock horror. The man whose PlayStation 5 was simulating all these matches with 5 wins is Tomahawk. Who could have guessed it? Corruption at its finest.
I mean, what I will say is I've set a high scores, high stakes record of back-to-back season-long challenge wins. So put it in the archives, put it in the vault for all I care.
I mean, all I can say is Mama Tomahawk must have simulated some of those games in her PlayStation like she did that there Instagram.
If only I had the want or the bother to do that. That just sounds like extra hassle.
How many asterisks can you put beside Tomahawk's name? At this point,
there's not enough at this point.
It just looks like a swear word or something.
It
Tomahawk.
does, yeah. It's like a ICQ username from 2000. So
that is
honestly, though, genuinely,
they
got to a point in that season long challenge where I was like, I was praying, I was kind of hoping that it might just end up being like 3-3-3 at one stage, and Cardinal was going to pull it back, and then every time it went, oh, it's Luvva, oh, it's Tom, because there was a long period of time where it was just back like Luvva, Tom, and I was like, I did feel bad, and I was just like, maybe it's just the wrestling style I chose for you. I don't know what it is, but it's just, it felt cruel.
And that was it. The challenge was there's 3 different wrestlers to represent us, and I've tried to dress like that wrestler tonight. I now regret that because they're pathetic, but you give them different styles, right? And I think mine was supposed to be like a technical style, and somebody else was...
Luvva was like the technical one. You were the sort of brawler, and I was like the high flyer, that kind of thing. That's kind of how the presets kind of worked in our fours. Like I figured 3 unique styles kind of would have paid off, and if those who have watched the season long challenge episodes, your ring awareness was shocking. There was just times where the AI was just going for pins and stuff, but like myself or Luvva would just be a foot away from you at all times. It's just wrong place, wrong time at all times.
Catch that disaster on YouTube now.
But yes, but beyond all that, beyond the fluffing of numbers that Tomahawk has clearly done here, Luvva won the last match, which means he's running out the undisputed WWE 2K24 champion. There you go. I mean, there's positives. Every cloud
silver lining.
You know what I mean? So that means that we have to update our league table again. Sorry, editor, but this is kind of your job, mate. So suck it up. The league table after the WWE challenge looks like this. In third place on 27 points is Cardinal Smith.
Oh, I'm shocked.
I know, right? You're turning into the new Sherry here. You're in danger of back-to-back third place finishes here. That'll be desperate news for everyone involved. Anyway, in second place on 29 points is Tomahawk. And in first place now on 34 points, it is me, the man who has led the way from week 1, and now we're on week 12, baby. Me.
Isn't it good that we... but this is the thing, isn't it fun at this point that we decided that it was 1 point per win, not just 10 points for the outright winner and 0 for the rest now? So it's created like I talked about this last week, 2 weeks ago, how the back-to-back it's been an eye-opening experience. I will say that much. Very much so. Has just left me like it's bridged the gap by a single point effectively.
Yeah.
And it's given me a hell of a lot to do. Like, we always talk about these finale episodes give us a lot of like chaos and throws a lot of the scoring out of whack and stuff. But this instance, I'm like, there's a bridge to gap here. Big time.
Yeah. I mean, let's talk about the stakes here. All right. It's kind of in our name. Our high scores, high stakes. Let's talk about the stakes here, okay? So you have just conducted a 5-point swing on Cardinal Smith. All right. You're playing this finale, I'm presuming, to become the first man in high scores, high stakes history to go back to back.
Of course, yeah. Of course. That is always the game. You want to put yourself in lore, in history's favor, we'll say.
Okay.
High scores, high stakes say nobody goes back to back, but
nobody goes back
to back. It's not allowed.
Me and Cardinal were joking in our group chat that in Chivalry, we're just going to team kill you constantly to stop you from going back to back. No one goes back to back, baby. Nobody. But in saying that, you are 5 points behind me going into this challenge. And let's just get the challenge out of the way right now. The scoring system here is we're going to take downs and we're going to take kills. We're going to combine them. And whatever number that ends up as, that's the number of points that you get in this league. So this league is wide open for everybody. All we need is someone to go on a good run here, and they'll take home everything. That's just the way it is. Back to back is still on. Cardinal Smith, on the other hand, this finale for you is to be the first man to go 3 cups.
The three-peat. Yeah.
Nobody's been the 3-time.
Nobody's been the 3-time.
We've not been here long enough to go 3 times.
Of course we have.
It's only the 5th season, but nobody's gone deep. 3.
We're 5 seasons deep. Of course it's possible to go 3 in a row. Man City at all the money. I'm just waiting. I can't wait for the charges against Cardinal Smith after all.
I know. I can't wait till we actually...
Go ahead.
No, I just can't wait till we analyse or openly talk about the underhanded tactics and gameplay one day. But until that day, I am a 2-time champion right now. I hope to be 3rd.
In all of the odd seasons, the odd numbered seasons at least as well. So, 1, 3 is 5. Is 5 the 1 again?
I'm an oddball and I like to win cups.
I mean, there is...
Everyone's got something at the minute. There's a stake for everyone. Like, even like Luvva yourself, you said it over the last couple of episodes of the last couple of seasons that it is the season finale is kind of your bogey challenge.
I mean, just look at history.
Exactly.
Season 1, I went into the finale, top of the league, didn't win it. Season 2, went in top of the league, did win it, but that's because of Resident Evil midway point of that season. Season 3, I'm pretty sure I went into the finale top of the league as well. Didn't win it. Season 4, I don't believe I went into the finale top, but I still didn't win it. So the finale has
like 3 out of 4. I mean, that's leading the way. That's a lot of podcasting and a lot of final challenges that have kind of not done you dirty as such. It's just been...
No, they have. They have. I say it week after week after week. No one, no man, no woman, no child, no nothing has won more challenges and high scores, high stakes than I have. Nobody.
I think what I've called this is Luvva's birthright, his God-given right to be the champion.
But I have been, for lack of a better phrase, I have been screwed over in finales more than they've been kind to me. I mean, just look at previous. I won Doom last year, didn't win the cup. Previous season, I jointly won Fortnite with Cardinal, didn't win the cup. Quake came second. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like the finals aren't kind. They're not kind to anybody apart from the person who comes out
Cardinal.
on top. Like,
sorry. GTA didn't win any of the challenges. All three didn't win either.
Exactly. So I was cheated. I feel cheated.
I mean, one man's cheated is another man's cup, to be fair.
The skewed score in this podcast is absolutely insane, and it has screwed me over. But beyond all this, all right, we were talking about Cardinal seems to win the odd numbered seasons, 1-3. Is it going to be 5? But I remember season 1, Cardinal was in 3rd position when he went into the finale and won it. He went on an amazing 3-game run of wins.
That's right, yeah.
So maybe, just maybe, but I don't know. But that's the stakes. I'm sick of being done over in finales. Cardinal wants number 3. Tomahawk wants to go back to be the first man to do that, and we're all gonna do our best. We're all gonna play as hard and as fair as we can in Chivalry 2. So I say the finale is here. We've been recording for a bit, so let's not waste any more of our listeners' times. Let's get to that challenge game.
Excited.
Here we go.
So this is it, gentlemen. The final challenge of season 5. It is Chivalry 2. We are in the same team, and we are going to play our way through the campaign called the Battle of Dark Forest.
Which, funny enough, was the first time we played this. We've done our prep for this final challenge. This hasn't been a famous one and done of season 5. We've actually played in lobbies together for a good couple of hours, really. Yeah. But this is the first time that this one came up, and I think it was very much no time like a map we don't know, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not that learning the maps can help in this game, I've found.
No, but it set the scene. It sort of leveled any kind of. Well, there's no real leveling of the playing field, but it just kind of, okay, we're all in the same boat. We don't know.
Yeah, we have to just deal with it. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's for people who haven't played Chivalry 2, or for anyone who's not watching the video version of this podcast, Chivalry 2 is a strange game. It is a mix of a Call of Duty Warzone meets Game of Thrones meets fighting game mechanics. It is a hack and slasher that requires real strategy, real skill, and everyone can kill everyone in one swing. It is tough. It is brutal. It is a hard game.
One of the hardest games I think we've ever done for the podcast, without a shadow of a doubt.
And we are playing
this. You're playing in a 64-player lobby where everyone can kill everyone else, and in a medieval setting, and it is chaos.
Yeah,
when a heap of players are just running into another heap of players.
Yeah. And when Cardinal says everyone can kill everyone else, he means it because team damage is on by default, and you cannot turn it off. You can kill teammates. You will kill teammates because everyone has the same idea of let's not go one-on-one, and even worse than that, let's not get outnumbered because you're going to die within seconds. But the way this game works is that each campaign is split up into phases, where each phase will have an objective. If you complete that objective, you push the other team back. There's a defending team and an attacking team. We, as luck would have it, are on the attacking team in this one, so we have to push them right back to their castle keep and then sack it by killing their leader, which is the eventual sort of aim of this level. But it is tough. The levels are wide open, but they all seem to have a predetermined path, so it almost funnels you into a MOBA type scenario, but instead of random mobs appearing players are, the random mobs, and it's a weird game. It's a fun game. It is a hard game, and it is a bit of a spectacle for a finale game on the high scores.
Oh, definitely. I think as we were playing it, like this actually is genuinely the first time I'm watching, or we are all watching each other's gameplay, because obviously it's first person. You can kind of spectate between respawns, but it's not a long time. You're pretty much within, if you die, you're back in this within seconds, really.
Well,
Yeah.
It depends. So the way they work the respawn system is kind of like Day of Defeat. If you think back to Day of Defeat, where if you die, you don't just instantly respawn. You have to wait for reinforcements. So that could be a second, or it could be 12 seconds, depending on what number you are of deaths. So once the first person dies, the reinforcement counter starts. So it could be 1 second or it could be 12. But it's a strange wee system. It's not. It's an interesting game. That's all I'm going to say. But we'll talk about the quality of the game, the things that it does well, the things that it does bad. We'll try to discuss our tactics.
Has it grown on you? It seems to have grown on you now from our first practice run.
I don't know. It's often it's off the hard drive. I'll put it that way. But right now, let's just do a quick wee recap of the league table as it stands and what we each have to do, okay, to win this game. Okay, so we are taking knockdowns, kills, tallying them together, and whatever the total of those two things are, that's the points we're going to get. So Cardinal, the league looks a little bit like this. You're in third place on 27. Tom, you're in second place on 29. And I'm in first place on 34. So basically, for Cardinal to win, he has to get 8 points ahead of me and stay there. For Tom to win, you have to get 6 points ahead of me and stay there. And for me to win, I just have to stay 5 points ahead of Tomahawk and 7 points ahead of Cardinal. That's all. That is the permutations. And if you don't want to finish last, Tom, you have to stay 2 points ahead of Cardinal at all times. So it's
so hard.
This game's fast. A lot goes on in this game all the time. One thing I will say about this game is it's not boring. It is extremely fast paced. You will die extremely quickly. You will kill extremely quickly. But I think the time has come. We have to get into this.
Yeah. Here we go.
So here we go. So the way this has all been edited together is it's going to cycle through each of our gameplay, and just as things happen, it will skip and change. So whenever you're ready, Cardinal, for the last time in season 5, hit that play button, mate, and we'll talk about what we see.
3, 2, 1. Let's get into the Dark Forest. Everyone, my goodness, it's the end of season 5.
It's insane. So it is. But we're opening up straight on me there. And I know that Tom said that it was a first-person game, but you can change the viewpoint by pushing the touchpad.
The touchpad,
yeah. So
Luvva has just started in third person, as he has, and got just tag teamed by 2 guys who came up to him with a mallet. And it's like, welcome to the game.
Welcome to the Dark Forest, baby. So the story set up for this level is we are transporting siege equipment to the castle at the other end of the Black Forest, and in the middle of the night we have been ambushed. And that's the story set up behind this one. But yeah, right now I'm just trying to find my bearings. So this is the thing about this game. The control scheme. I know, I just wiped out
another team kill.
But look at that, like a true team player. I picked them back up, so I did. But one thing I will say about this game is the control scheme. The way the battle system works is there's a block, there's parries, and there's 3 different types of attack. You have swing, you have stabs, and you have overheads, and you have a special sort of
kickback of some description. Yeah,
and you also have like a block breaker by holding triangle. So you have to pick the right move depending on what your enemy does, and to block someone else's attack. What a hit that is.
I just thought it was some of the stuff I was watching, you could just yeet yourself off, but if you time your attacks right, you can have a pretty epic looking kill there, just as just as that's happened there. So what you'll see in my gameplay is a lot of league checking. But as we said earlier, the game's so fast paced, it's so high octane that you're having to look at this and also try and do math, which then makes you get more distracted in the gameplay. So I'm just like, no, just try and do the league, just try and do your own gameplay. And I think I'm thinking to myself, maybe some people haven't attacked fully and have just ran away, and I'm kind of like going to these cadavers and just getting a final blow in just in case that's going to get me a takedown point.
It does get you a kill, but you only get like 25 points if you kill a down man that you didn't die. But you just witnessed greatness there, just underneath that log. You just witnessed me firsthand that absolutely annihilate a guy. But yeah, there's loads to this game. This game is really weird. There's a lot of strategy. It's a lot of thinking about what you're doing. Once you swing your weapon, you're totally committed. So you are absolutely. That's another kill as well. So once you commit, you're totally open. It's like a fighting game in essence. Once you make an attack, you have to wait until you return to neutral before you can do anything else, and that includes blocking. Why did you stay in first person? Just out of curiosity.
I tried it for the longest time in third person. I kind of got a better scope of where everyone was. Your field of vision is a little bit better, and I just kind of thought that the combat felt a bit more natural in that first person. Like you could block and riposte and do all that kind of stuff a little bit handier. And I had a better sense of my movement. Whereas in third person, I felt like I was attacking or like defending and attacking, but then my movement was taking me away from where I needed to be or where I needed to be facing. That opened me up to a lot of death.
Yeah.
I played in first person as well, and to be honest, blocking just felt easier because I could see the sort of angle of the attack coming in. Maybe, but for better or for worse, we're still with Tomahawk here because at this point we have to push the convoy of equipment towards the siege.
And it's like it is like physically push the carts as well. I didn't realize. I obviously the three of us are kind of in with our mechanic of let's get kills, let's get takedowns, and we're having to basically just rely on everyone else do the objectives for us. Because we've got better, more important things to be doing here.
Yeah, so every objective is timed. We still have 4.5 minutes here to complete this, and the convoys there effectively enough, but I just noticed there on the league table, Tomahawk, you're leading the way.
Joe, I never even noticed, and for the amount of I was checking, because our names are so like scattered across, because it's points, not actual like amount of things that you've done. I'm like forever scanning the leaderboard looking for like where names are, and I couldn't see it for looking. So I just thought at this point, I'm like, I'm going to look at my progress. I'm just not going to get bogged down because there's not really much I can do. I'm spawning in too quickly, and then I'm having to like attack or defend and try not to kill teammates.
That is the push convoy objective complete, and we're going to switch over to me now for better or for worse.
Oh, excellent.
And we're
straight in. We're trying to attack the gate then.
Capture the gatehouse, and I just had my head chopped off.
Yeah, you have there. That was a pretty good battle though between you and that other guy. I
find you can have these interesting one-on-one fights that are tactical. You're backing off, you're blocking, parrying, getting a hit in, and then three people just come in.
That's it. Like because the spawn, whenever it's just like a high spawn rate at that point, because we're right at the castle gates, someone could spawn basically on the battlements here and then just run straight down, and then you can get 4 or 5 of them at one time. So where you have a lovely 1v1 with someone, it's quite a tactical set piece, and as it's quite nice seeing this in real time essentially. And then next thing you know, you've got in this situation, you've got 4 people in red just bombarding this one guy, and this one guy's having to do this final stand basically. But it's as you say, like if you do a charged light, even if you charge light attack, you're fully committing to that attack, and that is 3 people who are probably all attacking you at one time. And what I will say, the ragdoll physics in this game is like pretty spot on.
They're quite
you could either just be decapitated and drop dead, your body could just be yeeted 500 yards across the map.
Yes, you can. There's a lot in this game. So one thing I forgot to mention is in strategic places along this battlefield, there are catapults. And you can use these catapults. Both the attackers and the defenders can use these catapults. And some defenders use them really, really accurately, because there was one point in this game where I got absolutely yeeted after killing a guy. It yeeted me clean across the map into the swamp where I drowned.
Oh
Amazing.
no! I would just say, looking at the leaderboard there, Tomahawk still leads the way, but Luvva has driven up. He's just a couple of places behind him in the team. I am lagging behind at this stage, and having a tough time on the ramparts.
Yeah.
That is, yeah. You're not
Wrecked.
enjoying it there, but you're caught in the middle of like where everyone is. I think there was a point in my tactic that I could see where some stragglers were, and I could see that they were maybe bowmen who have a much less health threshold. And I'm kind of like that mid. I think I went for that kind of middle class, the axemen basically, who have quite a mid-ish range, but quite a high attack stamina bar basically as well. So it kind of close quarter stuff can deal a lot of damage. So if you're taking out stragglers on the sides of the map who are either idle or just trying to be a bowman, you can rack up a few kills or a few takedowns there. So that was kind of my thinking at this point, but trying to stay out of those choke points stop you from getting potential takedowns, which is a big mechanic in this game.
Only Luvva at this stage, and I think he's taken the lead. Just ahead of Tomahawk at this stage.
Just about, yeah. So I'm now leading the way. Tomahawk's in second, and you're in third place at the game leaderboard. But as Tom said at the start, the team leaderboard is misleading a lot of the times because it takes in your objectives, your scores, your total score, which includes like MVP, any objective score you get, and all that sort of good stuff, any bonuses and all.
Team.
He's also got the excessive damage will have you removed from the game notification there as well. So, but it's so hard. Like, I mean, I think if you do it deliberately, there is a vote to kick the player. But I think the game has to know that it can't be avoided in certain situations now. And you've just sparred a kick in this guy here, and you've got a lovely kill before being
it was a really
fire. But evidently taking no damage on that, so that's an interesting.
Yeah, so I blew my horn when I jumped down. You saw me healing everyone, so that buffs your armor for a very short period of time. So it will protect you for one occasion of an environmental thing, so like fire. So once you blow your horn, what that does is it heals everyone around you, and you get bonuses for the healing. And you heal, and it buffs your armor. So I didn't take any damage at all in that fire.
The amount of leaderboard checks in this game.
I'm telling you, every moment I was like, I do not want to lose this, and I ensured that I stayed behind. What I just did there, I just knocked him to the ground, and that was because there is a parry, like a perfect parry system in this. If your opponent swings and you can read the swing, if you make the same sort of swing slightly after, your weapons clash, but because you went after, your momentum knocks them to the ground. It's meant to give you an easy kill, but I get jumped from a guy behind. But that's something you do in the tutorial, and then you'll never do again. I did it there, and I remember
calling it out at the time.
Doing it in game, like in the tutorial's fine because it teaches that mechanic, and obviously like that's part of the game and stuff. But to actually like implement it in this kind of style of lobby, very difficult. So to actually like be able to put that into practice is really, really good to see now. So like, and the lobby itself, I'm looking at, it's actually like a perfectly balanced 32v32 as well. I think we had been struggling, and like the player base is pretty small, to be fair. You would get like a full lobby eventually. People would just drop in at some point, but this one seemed to be a pretty full lobby from the get-go.
They knew it was the finale. They knew it was the high scores, high stakes season finale.
They all wanted to be involved here as well. And one thing I will say as well, I think it's roughly around this in the actual game, like when we actually did the challenge, that I realized that you were kind of just in the fray for an awful long time. There was just a period where Luvva just didn't die.
Yeah, I mean, that's because
that was sheer will or just sheer
that guy just put himself
good healing.
Yeah, you walk into those stocks, you go into them so I don't know if it was by design or if it was like a, but yeah, I try to stay in as much as possible. I got pretty good at blocking and parrying and stuff, so it gave me a wee bit of confidence, and I was like, maybe if I just don't run away. Obviously, when you respawn, it respawns you back at the last spawn line, which is sometimes really far away.
Especially at this point where like right towards the end of the next objective then.
Yeah. and it'll spawn us right at the wall, and you have to run the whole way back here, and it's a long way away. It is a very long way away. So I think I might be still top of the leaderboard. I didn't check it for very long, but every time I got put down, you'll see me check this leaderboard. I was checking it constantly. I'm sure you two were as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Not to this determination.
Like,
but you're pushing the convoy here.
You're sitting on 1 hit point basically, and you're just waiting on a heal to come through, and
waiting for someone to blow their horn or trying to wait out Mang. So the way this works
got the team damage notification again.
Yeah,
I mean, at this point, he is just swinging and hoping for the best. Yeah, that's the way of it. You got people who were just swinging into a crowd and then hoping they will get multiple kills.
What I was actually doing was your horn your special ability, in my case it's a horn, it will slowly refill naturally, but if you take damage, it refills it quicker, and if you cause damage, it will refill it quicker. So by me swinging at teammates doing tiny amounts of damage, I'm actually filling my special ability up a wee bit quicker. So that's what I was actually doing. That's what I was doing. Because that special ability is really good. Any points you lose by hitting your teammates, you more than make up by healing them.
We've just switched over to myself there now. We've got that lovely part in the game where I think you did that awkward turnaround because the random player in our little line, he hit you, and then you turned around, the player wasn't there, and I'm just kind of stood behind you. I'm like, oh, it wasn't me. And then I got caught in a tree.
Yeah. And I'm in here absolutely wreaking havoc. So I am.
Oh, you ran into that axe like a...
It just, there was parts where I thought I'm just going to like get in behind people, and then I've just been killed by the ballista on the battlements there. Like, some of the guys there are accurate.
Yeah, so I'm noticing that you don't wind your swing as you're running towards someone. How come?
There was a lot of times where I got into the habit of just, if I could hit them with the sprint attack, and you just do like a big Sparta kick at them. And then sometimes I thought that if you are tapping it as like a light attack, you can kind of get in between their swing and disrupt them that way, and maybe just put them off guard, or like it unbalances them. So then you could go in with a big heavy cleave at that point then. So I tried to get into a habit of doing a big run and swing, and it just wasn't really working for me. So I thought, rather than fully charge the attacks, go in for like tiny bits of damage and stagger them basically.
Okay, that's interesting, because I'm a big believer in you do more damage when you're running, you see. So if you get a run on someone and you pre-wind the weapon, if you hit them, you'll do more damage, and you run the possibility of cleaving their arm off, or cleaving their head off.
I think in the heavier class, I was getting into a good habit of doing that as well, especially if you're in like the knight, the full suit of armor, and the big halberd as well.
Yeah, halberd.
I just was like running and then doing a full charged attack. I think even if you do the sprint attack as a shieldman, you can fully send them flying across the map, and they're downed for a good few seconds. So like there's good perks for each of the classes, to be honest.
Yeah. It's
me and Tomahawk stand beside each other here in the game. The objective's complete just as Tomahawk goes swinging in and gets a kill.
What a kill.
And a riposte and another takedown.
But I think when you get into a habit of it, when you get into a good rhythm, you are unstoppable.
Yeah.
But when you falter and then you go into a run of faltering, man, the holes in your game get exposed big time.
Yeah. I just seen you had the leaderboard up there. Just for people who aren't watching the video, I'm still leading, Tom's still second, Cardinal still third. All of a sudden we're back with Cardinal as if by magic. Cardinal, we haven't seen you very often here. What was your battle plan? Like what was your tactic here?
I wasn't one for sticking around the battle for long. I just wanted to go in swinging and stabbing and get some takedowns. And it didn't work out for
That's
a long
kill as
life.
well. But you see what everyone else is doing as well. You've got the kill, but then everyone jumps in on that attack thinking that they're going to try and snipe points in some capacity. Like, so everyone has that similar mindset and similar thinking as well. But I've just spotted here as we're all playing, everyone gets like this residual heal. Everyone always has a healer on hand. And when that's like that always like pays dividends, especially when you can get a good run of momentum or a quick sneak attack there, because you've just battering this guy back.
Yeah. I mean, it's an interesting, what is that, an executioner's axe, Cardinal?
Just a big old axe, I think.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Great what kill. Really good kill.
This is probably the highest, well, apart from stab my own team there, but the amount of most points I would get throughout the day. We riposte there, but
the ripostes are so good. Like the actual like animation on it as well, because you'll get like the block and then it's the quick attack into it, and it just staggers their guard as well.
Yeah, the battle system's really good in this game. I will give it that. It's really frustrating to learn what good strategy looks like, and you'll see people who have they're obviously really high level and they have been playing this game for a very long time, and they just feel so good, and there's nothing worse than running around a corner or someone running towards you and you see the name above their head and it's like, oh no, he's the best player in the opposite team. I'm in trouble.
I'm going to stop you there. So what I've done is I've repaired a catapult.
Got 2 kills.
And I'm just launching it because it's doing damage to something, and the objective is to destroy the gate.
And you're getting kills, but you are like the caveat to that is you are getting team kills because of just environmental, but you're stacking damage. So it's a good strategy to have.
It's a really good strategy.
I am watching for every 1 kill you're getting like 3 team kills. So that must have some sort of negative impact on your.
I didn't notice that.
It doesn't take any kills away from you. It removes points from your total score,
like your overall. So that's
which
okay
is what
in that instance. Then
it's not costing you anything really. Not for this challenge.
Well,
so it's not.
And at this stage, that means the walls have been breached. We did a lot of damage with the catapult, and we're back with Luvva now with the final challenge of killing the Duke.
Yeah.
Just as you get juked to the ground there. I have now taken the lead in the challenge
massively as well. Massively.
I have lagged behind some seriously at this point. At this point, I kind of had a bit of a, what am I to do? Like, how am I going to get any? Because I had a bit of a flurry in that previous section we did see there, but I think after that, I just went on a stinker of a run. I just couldn't get any momentum. I couldn't get any takedowns. I couldn't get anything. I was just getting 2-on-1s, 3-on-1s. I was just like, this is it. This is the run over. This is as good as it got. And I kind of just was like, every time I spawned, I was just nearly taking my time getting back and going, well, what's the point going into these chokeholds and getting annihilated? I'm just going to play my own game at this point now, because I could just always see, like, you guys would seldom ever respawn, and I could just see your heads, your wee reticles, always in the keep. And I thought, well, these guys are just going to continue to rack up kills no matter what I do. I ain't catching up here now. But 4.5 minutes, I just thought, do what you can. Make it competitive at least anyway.
That's it. Yeah. It's just, my tactic in this keep was just, didn't know what to expect the first time I went in there. I was like,
you're running around, kind of looking where to go.
It's chaotic. Yeah, I hadn't a clue what I was doing here in this part of the game. I knew I was looking for something, but I thought the Duke would be far better annotated on the screen. do you know what I mean?
It's just a tiny skull and 2 swords. That's all it is, and you just kind of have to ease at the back of the keep in the center focus point, really. But he's not massively well highlighted. But I think you just have to take damage to him. Like, I'm looking at the timer though; it's giving us that like 3 minutes 46, 3 minutes 45 to kill the Duke. I distinctly remember this section lasting much longer. Even when this section started, timer was at 5 minutes. I remember this being the bulk of what we did, it seems.
It felt that way because every time you died, the respawn point was quite far away. So it was a lengthy
outside
run.
the castle wall, to be honest, yeah.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh no. So I noticed Cardinal was above me. So right now, with 3 minutes left, Cardinal's lead on the leaderboard in game. Cardinal's ahead. I'm second. Tomahawk's third still. But like this, for people who aren't watching the video, I would recommend going and watching the video to this because it is a throne room in which 64 players are just everywhere fighting,
laying into each other. Like one thing I will say, and I will massively commend this for everyone who was playing this, whatever ping, whatever was in play, this game I felt ran rock solid throughout.
I don't know.
Same for me.
It felt okay, but there was moments where I felt that ping, even though my ping wasn't high, it was 20. There was moments where I thought ping played like a really big sort of role in what was going on, and that is just spectacular.
Big
gentlemen.
Triple kill for those who didn't see in the video there. So you got the double kill in environmental and then a single kill on top of that then. So just a big cleave.
Just
at the right place, right time. 2
decapitations with one swing. That is what killing looks like.
There was a moment like in the testing for this.
Yeah,
Luvva was not enjoying this game. There was just a moment he was just like, I'm going to be done out of this in another challenge. This is just the finale curse again. And I could just see as the kills were kind of stacking, the takedowns were stacking, and you could just hear in Luvva's voice the tone shift. And I was like, man, this man's enjoying this game.
Yeah.
Like, for its faults, the game does have a few faults. I think he started to really get, and once he got into his stride, it was like, this could be Luvva's game of the year.
I mean, I think these are harsh on the game, to be honest. I've listened to you all week. I think it's just such a simple game where it just throws 64 people in against each other, and it's just utter chaos.
I mean,
it's given it the setting of like a siege or something, which is
it's full like, there's seldom a military tactic to it. It is just the guys just storm and
it's like joining a cleave. Yeah, an unranked Overwatch lobby where you're supposed to work together, but it just doesn't happen.
Yeah, I would love to see this at high level because the setup is fairly simple, but the game, like how it plays and what it expects of you as a player, you use every button on the controller, and sometimes a combination of buttons to do things in this game. It's really quite complex in its battle system. And I would love to see high level play on it because there was moments in this where I was fighting someone or, fighting a couple of people and you were dancing around them and you were getting your licks in, and you were just, it felt amazing.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, so this is what this game's meant to feel like. Whereas these bits here in the game are just designed for absolute carnage. Just get 64 players in a room and just see what happens. And what happens is absolute violence. There's blood. There's just corpses everywhere. And to be fair to the game, it runs rock solid.
Really, really impressive on that. But I think these mass multiplayer lobby games, if they can't do that, they're failing as their primary purpose, really. But we didn't manage to kill the Duke. But that is the end of the Battle of Dark Forest.
Yeah, and it was a hard fought challenge. So it was. So just for those who aren't watching, the leaderboard at the end of that game had Cardinal above. Cardinal was leading the way on all points. I was second. Tomahawk, I think you were third. You came third on the overall leaderboard in the game.
I think if you look at it, Tomahawk rallied at the end.
There was a late rally, to be fair. I think in the last 2 or 3 minutes I went balls to the wall, just go get my full kind of like Lord of the Rings momentum going and just cleave, parry, riposte, just kind of like do the basics. And I think doing the basics well kind of puts you in a really good position. And then just I could start to see takedowns go happen and kills would just come secondary to that. And I thought there's points coming up here and it's making it a little bit closer than I think Luvva would like to see.
Yeah, I mean, the whole way through that, I was checking the leaderboard and doing maths like flat out. I was going, how many points am I behind? How many? What's going on here? And even just the simple act of finding you on that leaderboard, because it does sort of highlight you, but it does like a weird reverse highlighting where your names appear fainter than everyone else's. And it's just like, where are they? I don't know where they are. But of course, the leaderboard in the game is an indication of how well we're playing. But you get points in this game for assisting others, for healing others, for doing the objectives and all that sort of good stuff. So the leaderboard is just a good indicator of how well we're playing, but it is worthless for what we were playing for. I wasn't playing to kill the Duke. I was playing to kill as many of the other guys or put them down as much as humanly possible. I don't know about you two. I had no interest in pushing catapults. None. I wanted to be the man taking out the other man. That's what I wanted to do.
I think that was the long and short of it. I think the objectives were like not even secondary thoughts for us. It was just get takedowns, just get kills, and outperform my co-hosts and compatriots.
Yeah. So that was 25 minutes of pure
fight
carnage,
medieval carnage. It's absolutely insane. So what I think we should do here is we should take a little pause, collect ourselves, and then we'll do the scores. So let's do that now. And that is it, gentlemen. The last challenge of Season 5 has been played. The numbers are on the board.
Cinema.
It's absolute cinema. What a gameplay. What great editing in that gameplay as well. I like the way we didn't have too much to focus on, just one player at a time and just little highlight reels basically of everyone's play.
There was a good kill cam sort of session there. You could probably clip that alone and have a good highlight reel for just that challenge. Yes. It's a really good advertisement for that challenge in Chivalry just as a whole, I think, for unadulterated carnage. And I think it done it beautifully, I think. Yeah,
it was a It was a weird challenge. When we first started playing this, I hated this game. I hated it. I was like, this game is awful. And then I sort of played a round or two before that challenge round. And I think it sort of clicked for me there of what the game actually wants you to do, because the game doesn't really communicate it with you what it wants you to do. But before we get into the numbers, what I want to know, gentlemen, is how are we feeling right this moment in time? How are we feeling?
With it all to do, but I think the going back-to-back thing aside, it's never been done. It probably never will be done. I think just given my late rally, I've put myself in a nice position.
Yeah.
And I think just whatever happens, I think I've come away with a pretty decent showing of throughout the season, basically. So I will accept whatever fate comes my way.
Okay.
Yeah, I will say we talked about the leaderboard in the game, but that's the game in-game points. We used our own metrics, and so whatever the result is, I'm hoping and praying for a good result. But it's been a long season. It's been a challenging season.
12 long weeks, but it's come to this moment.
This is it.
Yeah.
I mean, from me thinking I have outright won one of the challenges I put a lot of time into on Astrobot's Playroom, to discovering that my leaderboard score had been toppled over 3 days later.
Yeah. Four days later, I think it was.
4 days. It's just been a journey from the very beginning.
We've all learned something. We've gone on this self-discovery of Season 5.
Yes, I mean, Season 5 has been really challenging for us. I don't think there's many episodes of all three of us on together at all.
No, but just the way the schedule has fallen in, it just is post-summer, midsummer, the way the schedule has fallen. It has happened, but we've made the challenges work. We've put in mostly 100% into these challenges. I would say that's always the long and short of it. I think when it comes to record days, if we all can't be representing the gameplay, kind of speaks for us, I think, anyway. And I think this season has put in a good show for everyone, really.
I honestly think this is one of the best seasons we've ever put together, potentially the best. As for my performance in Chivalry, I was really happy with that performance. I was keeping you guys going, saying I was on an all timer, and I still stand by. I think that was the first game where I felt like I performed well in it, which is what a time to do it is when the finale.
I mean, the 24 hours after the challenge had been completed, you were saying that you're going to become an esporter in Chivalry, and you're going to look for sponsorship and be a partnered creator for Chivalry. I mean, the man's been on a bit of a Chivalry run at the minute, so I think he's confident.
Yeah, I mean, I knew my run was good, but I was keeping an eye on your scores. My mental math isn't great, so I've written down the number of downs we all got and the number of kills we all got. All right. So we'll go through it in that order. We will go through from third to first for downs. All right. And our scores are as follows. All right. In third place for downs was me with 36.
Word.
That's the benchmark, though.
Yeah. In second place was Tom with 37.
It's tight.
Take that.
But in first place on downs was Cardinal Smith with 43 downs.
It's it's that long range, like you had that big long range axe thing. I think there's just that cleaving ability. Like you're not getting kills, but you could probably have a big range to down like 3 or 4 people in one heavy swing, though.
Yeah.
So
the axe is
just touching
helps.
people to get
basically
play a part in assisting kills.
Yeah. So basically, what that means is the number of downs that we all just scored gets added to our high scores, high stakes league points total. So we're all massively up on points. I have more doubled my score effectively with that.
I can sense you, Cup. I can sense you near.
We
it's
also
not over, I swear.
Every kill is also going to get added to our high scores, high stakes points total, and the kills look like this. In third place with 13 was Cardinal
Unlucky
Smith.
for some. Oh,
it's Cardinal Smith. So that brings your total, Cardinal, to 56. So we are adding 56 points to your high scores, high stakes league table. All right. So currently you're first. Currently you're first.
Good. 2 DNFs. That's what he needs.
the second place for kills goes to Tomahawk with 19, which brings your total for downs and kills to 56. Also
wild.
Yeah. So you're now first, Cardinal.
Considering I genuinely checked this at one point in our run. I was 13 points off pace for both of yous. I'll take that. I'll take that all day long.
And then that means I came first for kills, which is a massive 21 kills, which means my downs and kills total was 57 points.
That tight.
So let me say that again. 56, 56, and 57.
Yeah, that is, when you talk about tight finishes, that is tight as it comes. It is mental how close that was. Like, we all were complaining about this game, about how hard we were all finding it, and all of our scores in every round we ever played together, if we got double digits in anything, it was one or the other. It was never both, and we were always at the bottom of our,
let alone in like the 20s or something, or 30s or anything like that. So that was, I think we got like either the luck of going into a lobby, it would be like the tail end of a game, but seldom did we ever get to play 7 full like biomes or rounds or phases or whatever. So the very few that we did, even then we weren't getting anything above 10 kills or 10 takedowns, and it was just we all stepped up big time. I think for everything that we were just locked in. Exactly.
I think what the people want to know is what this means
for the league table.
Yeah,
I think that people who have good mental math already know what this means for the league table.
But let's make it official, I think.
We'll make it official because it is the finale. The league table, the final league table for Season 5 looks like this. In third place with 83 points is Cardinal Smith.
No three-peat.
no three-peat. In second place with 85 points is Tomahawk.
No back-to-back.
No back-to-back, which means the curse of the finale has been lifted. My 3-season-long wait for the second cup has come to an end. The people's champ, everybody's champ, and now officially the high scores, high stakes champion. It is me with a whopping 91 points. So in the end, it was 8 points between first and third, but I don't care because this cup has been very, very, very lonely, and he's about to be joined by a second cup because I am your season 5
Beautiful
champion.
Stuff. It was hard worked for, but it was well earned. Absolutely GG's, like smashing. Like it just we talk about how like season 2 was like that season of dominance. This one was like you won like half of the challenges, but there was never a moment where you kind of were running away. Like everyone kind of kept that tightness. I think me and Cardinal spent most of our season taking points off each other. You
certainly did.
Absolutely smashed it out of the park there. That was I think the hardest season for all of us to kind of gain any sort of edge and advantage, but
I think
right, that's a lot of praise. That's a lot of praise to the man, and congratulations to him.
We're going to get it out of the road now because he's going to spend the next 3 months doing what he does.
Know. He's already set the people's champ, but it was the tightest season I think we possibly ever had at High Scores, High Stakes.
It certainly is.
And certainly with finale like that also even ran so close. It was ridiculous that even we had the same scores, me and Tomahawk, and you were one ahead, Luvva. Just incredible. So, well done, Luvva.
I hate to say it, but we have to say the well dones. Say the nice things. You have to respect it. You don't have to like it, but you have to respect it.
You don't. You don't have to like it at all. But when one of us goes 6 challenge wins out of 12, and with those wins, of the 6 where I didn't win, I only came third once. Only third once, and that was on Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So I was coming first or second for 11 out of 12 challenges, gentlemen. You do not have to like it, but you must appreciate the greatness you are witnessing. You are in the company of a PlayStation gaming giant. You know it. I know it. Now everyone at home knows it.
Do you know who else knows it? The wrap-up section. See you next week. Bye.
Well, one thing's for sure. Now he's got 2 cups because he's going to need them to
store more kitchen utensils.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, as he goes so big, or going to be so big, he's just going to be. There's a greater thirst there, you know.
You know what I'm mostly looking forward to? I obviously the cup arriving.
You do it,
and there's going to be a whole social media campaign in order to track the whole journey of the cup.
The bus parade,
the open top bus as well. The closed parade. Streets of Belfast are going to be, the dozens of people are going to show up to witness.
I mean, Ulster bus is not going to know what's headed.
We get tickets for the tourist buses with the open tops. Just we'll
just get the red bus, the sightseeing buses around Belfast, and just parade it.
We'll hang our high scores, high stakes t-shirts over the top and just we should do that.
Oh, don't.
That would be amazing.
Incredible.
But no, other than the cup arriving, the open top bus through central Belfast, the thing I'm looking the most forward to, and it's a thing I don't think Cardinal has really thought of, is Champion's Choice Season 6 Episode 1. God. I am going to pick the most Luvva game you have ever played. Cardinal's going to hate it. Tom may not hate it, but he ain't going to win it because there's only one man in High Scores, High Stakes history who hasn't won his Champion's Choice. And do you know who that man is? Tomahawk.
This Muggins.
History's not going to repeat itself. And next season.
Don't declare it. Don't declare it. You'll jinx it. That's what I did.
Be the first person to go back, baby. It's happening. Mark your calendars. I think season 6 should start around about January. Mark your calendars for sometime in January and witness greatness as I retain this cup.
He's jinxed it. That's it.
Yeah. What does he choose? As Silent Hill as some sort of season beginning
it'll
challenge.
be some, I don't know, I can't tell if he's going to do Resident Evil, he's going to do he's going to make us buy Tony Hawk, which isn't tax deductible for it's not a tax deductible purchase for the podcast, sadly. So he's going to make us spend 40 quid on Tony Hawk 3 and 4 and do some sort of skateboard challenge, or it's going to be Resident Evil where we have to pick up like chicken eggs or something like that. I don't know what he's got planned for us. I'm terrified for it.
Well, there's certain factual inconsistencies in that story. Tomahawk, I told you last night, Tony Hawk's 3 plus 4 is £20 right now on PlayStation Plus. But you know what else is on special offer right now? The wrap-up section. Let's go. And that is it, gentlemen. Another season all wrapped up. How are we feeling? I'm feeling great.
I feel really good about I just, this, as you said at the start, there's this like feeling of no more pressure to play games that we're going to play for like an hour tops.
Yep.
We're kind of just free to kind of do our own thing now. All we have to do is just sort of get our side quest schedule and our game of the months for the rest of the year, and it's going to be just a lovely, tidy Q4 at high scores, high stakes.
Agreed. I think we have earned our run of side quests, which begins on Monday.
The grind never stops.
The content cycle just never stops here. Our side quests, we do have big plans for side quests. We are hopefully going to have plenty of guests, plenty of good talking points, plenty of good fun games to play, and hopefully a wee bit of competition to our side quests.
Yes.
But I'm not going to ruin any surprises. I'm not going to tell you anything. But the side quests are usually really popular because every week it's like a brand new podcast. It's just topic after topic after game
just
after
evergreen
game.
Stuff. Like, yeah, we have a lot to pick up. I think we set a good benchmark for like our season 3 or season 4 side quests. Yeah. I think this one is just going to carry on over, and it's going to be good crack. It's just low key stuff, I think, for the next 12 weeks as well. Yeah. So just as that's it. Like we spend the next 3 months QAing and batch testing other games for season 6 now, which is wild. Thinking that we've been sanctioned for 6 seasons of this podcast. It's like nobody's stopping us. Nobody's telling us we can't do this or we can do it.
I mean, we're independent podcasters. We're not bankrolled by a big corporation who's likely to swing the axe anytime soon. The only thing that's going to stop me from reporting podcasts is death. I don't think that's happening anytime soon.
Oh, we'll be careful in that open top bus.
He's jinxed it.
Right. Would you two gentlemen, do you have any last words before we wrap up season 5 once and for all? How have you found the season, by the way? In a sentence?
Hard work.
Yeah.
Hard work, just always games. Hard work and tough games.
Yep. Yeah, agreed. The games were tough. I have really enjoyed it. I have been... What I liked the most about season 5 was how hard I had to work for some of those
challenges were like the submissions were to the wire this time around, definitely.
Yeah, I think the 2 games that pushed me the hardest, I think, was definitely Rollerdrome. Rollerdrome with its working leaderboards turned it into a steeplechase, because I could see your score going up, and I was like, I have to catch him. And
I literally gave up on Rollerdrome because I could see Tomahawk and Luvva's scores getting way beyond what I was able to put effort into, and it just kept bouncing up and up. Both scores kept going right up until midnight.
That's the laugh. Like most of the games that we have played had either no working leaderboard or no leaderboard whatsoever. So for the most part, like 80% of our challenges, everyone was going in blind to what was available, and I think that was kind of what has drove most of us on. Obviously, like these ideas where it becomes a steeplechase is a good driving force, obviously, because that Rollerdrome in particular came out really good for yourself. But even Texas Chainsaw is like a game that we thought the Cardinal just would like not be steamrolled on, but like
maximum points.
Like just worked out in your favor for whatever. You're just a killing machine and an escaping artist. So
it just worked out. That's
just
it.
Worked out, and you're like, but this is the joy. Like you can't pigeonhole someone into it. Oh, they're going to do well in this game, because
You never know.
On the day, it doesn't like that. That's when it matters.
It doesn't matter at all. But yeah, so I think season 5, challenging, fun,
so rewarding, though.
And close to the very, very, very end. The closest season we've ever had. And
between me and my psychiatrist on the edge of sanity. Sorry to bring it back, but you talk about Ride 5 driving around the North Coast.
So yes, that's the most stressful challenge I've ever done.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Technically, I never even done it. Technically, I would argue that I still haven't actually done that challenge.
I mean, all I'm going to say is I've never felt happier completing one lap in a racing game.
Awful.
And that was the challenge. Literally, could we finish a lap at that game?
The answer was 2 out of 3. No, only one man did it. Your champion, me. And speaking of champions, if you yourself would like to be a champion of High Scores, High Stakes, all we ask for you is rate this, give it a 1 to 5 stars on whatever podcast platform you're listening to, write a little review and share it with a family member or friend. If this 1 hour and a bit finale hasn't been enough to fill your week, go to highscoreshighstakes.com and follow us all over the internet and get your High Scores, High Stakes content fill. And with all that being said, gentlemen, I'm really tired. I am really happy. And I have a bottle of champagne to pop open with Mrs. Luvva. She's eagerly awaiting the results. We had a feeling we were going to win. She believed in me. My mom believed in me. My dad believed in me. God himself bestowed me with this gift of video gaming. But not only am I really good at playing them, I'm really good at talking about them. And that's what I'm going to do next Monday. I'll see you then. Thanks. I've been Mr. Luvva. This has been season 5 of High Scores, High Stakes. We'll see you on Monday. Thanks for watching. Love y'all. Bye.
Ciao.